Okay, we are going to start week 4 with kind of a little bit different format than we have in the past. All we have this week are two summatives. So basically, the two assignments you have this week are going to be on kind of a shorter um, assignment or unit called Reconstruction, which basically is the time period after the Civil War when the South is being reconstructed from this slave dominated economy and social structure into now the Union of the U.S. So this is kind of an interesting time period in U.S. history because there's a lot of issues that are arising with, the relationship between white and black people who are living in the South as well as all over the United States. And there's a lot of questions sometimes that people don't even realize from this time period as to what the standing of African Americans in the South as well as throughout the United States were for them politically and places of leadership. And then it also lets us kind of see a little bit of the breakdown of that and why there wasn't this overwhelming change in American history after the Civil War. So to do this, what we're going to start off doing on day one is basically going through and examining some of the topics and ideas in this Quizlet. Instead of doing basically like a vocab assignment, what we're going to do is just go through and review some of the terms that are in here. And so when you click on here, remember, you have to log in order to get access to all the terms. Otherwise, you are not going to be able to see everything in the definitions. And we're going to start the beginning of class just kind of reviewing these together. And then we'll do a little time where you can kind of play with the games. And then we'll do a little matching live game with everybody individually to see who can be the top person. And then for the remainder of the hour, you are going to then work on this objective test. So you're going to be able to use the Quizlet and then take the summative test. Now, on day 2, what I'm going to do is then guide you through this summative, which is basically a hyperdoc assignment. So you're going to kind of do the formative work and combine it all together into a summative assignment. And so this summative looks like this. It has a picture of all of the first African American Congress members who were elected to the U.S. government after the end of the Civil War when the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments were passed that basically gave the right to African Americans to vote. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to compile those 10 things that at least 10 terms. So you're going to write 10 definitions that apply to the causes and effects of the Civil War based off of the Quizlet. So the thing that I just showed you, you're basically going to write 10 things or terms or ideas here. All right, so that's part one of the summative. And the way that the summative kind of works is that if you complete the yellow part, you at least get a 2 on it. It's doing the green and the white part that will get you to the 3 and then to the 4. So to get a 3, you have to complete the yellow part and the green part, which in here is you read this article and then give 3 reasons the author says that Reconstruction failed. And then you're going to watch this video about Reconstruction, and all you have to do is click on the link and then give a brief summary of the video. And then the last thing for a 4 is you're going to go through and read this article or this document about freedmen and the women reconstructing the South. And you will then, if you go through and look at this document, there are questions that are embedded in the document. And as you go through it, you can see these questions right here. And then they give arguments. And so right here, there's a situation. Here's the question. And then you're giving your argument. And so there's a total of 6 of them. You basically have to go back and pick each of the questions and give 5 reasons or arguments to help answer that question. All right, so you're going to write your own words out of those 6. You're going to pick 5 of them, or 6, sorry. You're going to give 5 reasons or arguments to help that. So again, clarify this. In there, there's 6 questions, right? So as you go through this, there's 6 of them. You're going to pick one of those 6, and then you're going to give 5 reasons to help answer those questions. All right, so you're going to write the question here. So for example, I was going to maybe focus on the question, what do you propose should happen to the Confederate leaders? All right, so then I would go back, I would type that question right here, and then I would go through and read the arguments, and I would take 5 of those arguments and write them right there. All right, so that's for a 4. So in order to get a 4, you have to do the yellow part, the green part, and the white part. And I'm going to go through this in class on day 2, so either for those of you Tuesday or those in the evening periods on Thursday. All right, and this will be due by the end of the week. This will be what is required for your Friday attendance. This must be submitted in order to be marked present for Friday. Other than that, please make sure to check in on Friday in attendance or in office hours if you have any questions, or obviously if you're in the Google Meet on Thursday, you can go over it then as well.